What's going on, guys? ThePaulyKronski here, and welcome to this live broadcast from my channel on YouTube. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter for more updates on the channel. But however, new format coming into play here. I am going to be, from now on, discussing hot wrestling topics from not just WWE, TNA, Ring of Honor, etc., etc., etc. New Japan Pro Wrestling. You know all that stuff. But anyway, I got a wrestling reviewer in his own right, MotionlessNC. What's up, dude?
What's up?
You guys may have seen him in my other videos, so yeah.
Yeah,
But
I've been
anyway,
on a few of them.
so hottest topic comes from TNA, and that is it is now called Global Force Wrestling once Slammiversary ends. Thoughts, comments?
I don't know how I feel about that, honestly. I mean, people know who TNA is. Nobody, Global Force Wrestling, nobody cares about that product, to be honest with you. But honestly, I guess it's good for the business because it gives them more talent and more stuff to work with. So
I'm telling you
I
what,
guess
man,
it's good.
I'm glad that it's called Global Force Wrestling because the man who owns Global Force Wrestling created TNA 15 years ago, and that was Jeff
Jeff
Jarrett.
Jarrett.
I'm glad he got
Yeah,
repossession of a company that he built.
that's good, honestly.
And Alberto Del Rio claiming that his match versus Bobby Lashley is going to be way bigger.
Yeah, I heard about
Going to
that.
be way bigger
Bobby
than,
Lashley, you mean?
well, yeah, whatever. Well, Bobby Lashley or whatever, whichever one, El Patron, whichever, claiming that Samoa Joe versus Brock Lesnar will have nothing on their match. That doesn't
I'm a
really.
I'm a fan of both guys. I'm not a fan of Bobby Lashley's WWE run. I think his TNA run's been a lot better than his WWE run. I've always liked Alberto Del Rio, especially like back in the days when he would come out in like brand new cars and he would wear a scarf and have his personal ring announcer. But I don't think there's any way that their match is going to come anywhere near close to Brock Lesnar and Samoa Joe. I
Now,
mean, especially with TNA running things.
TNA, first of all, I'm just gonna say this: even though Global Force Wrestling is now what it's going to be called, I'm still gonna call it TNA because that's what I know it as.
That's what everybody knows it as. That's what they should have stuck with because nobody's gonna know that. They should have just stuck with TNA. That's what I think, but it doesn't matter.
I truly believe that TNA could have surpassed WWE as the top wrestling brand if they just would have not have tried to copy WWE's moves.
I honestly think they could have beat WWE because back in 2010, whenever Hulk Hogan came into TNA, they drew around the same numbers as Monday Night Raw did. They went on live on a Monday night, I believe, and they drew about 2 million viewers. And Monday Night Raw at the time was doing like 4 million viewers, and that's pretty good for TNA compared to what they're getting now, like 400,000 viewers. So they could have definitely beat WWE with some of the people they had, like AJ and Sting and Mick Foley and Ric Flair and stuff. They could have definitely had beat WWE, but they ran it into the ground.
And there's the bell signifying the start of this Elimination Chamber matchup. The first two competitors are in the ring and ready to beat the hell out of each other.
And everybody in this environment is just prisoners. Prisoners of one of the most barbaric matches ever constructed in WWE.
I swear sometimes I can't believe they paid me to be here. An Elimination Chamber match.
I heard about that, but I know nothing about what went down.
I would have it no other way.
The most popular WWE women's
Tell us about AJ Styles. A lot of people mistake his pridefulness for ego. In reality, though, I'd say he's simply a proud superstar. What's your analysis of AJ Styles? It'll be interesting to see how he plans to get it done. What do you think?
You're talking about someone who has
all the
talent
WWE
necessary to become one of the all-time
they don't use
greats.
their creative writing skills a lot, so I think she'll come back as a face and she'll probably eventually turn heel, but I don't think it'll be like a big heel run. They could make her a great heel though, but they don't think to do stuff like that, so I wouldn't be surprised though if she became a heel, but I don't think she will. She probably will eventually though, but not when she comes back.
The thing that I really hate about Paige is that I don't hate anything about Paige actually. It's the fact that like she gets all this negative publicity. Like Paige has proven time and time again that she's actually a sweetheart outside the ring. Like she takes pictures with fans anytime somebody asks. she treats all her fans with respect. She's never caught treating anybody badly, and she's getting all this negative publicity.
That's kind of surprising because I'm a fan of Alberto Del Rio, but I mean, if you see some of his interviews and some of the things he says, he can be sort of an asshole.
You cannot deny he's just playing classic offense here.
Yeah, that's when he's the most dangerous.
I don't understand at all why he would do that, but
because never holds his tongue, and neither does
yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I get what you mean now. They say exactly what's on their mind.
Plus, I don't know if you realize this too, but Alberto El Patron,
it looks to me like this match is as even as it
could
get. I think a lot of people would agree.
Whenever they brought him back to WWE in 2015, Hell in a Cell, he wasn't the same because they took away everything that made him cool. They took away his personal reaction. They took away his scarf. They took away the car that he drove out to the arena in. And he had no character or no personality. And they tried to do that stupid Mex America gimmick, but it just didn't work. But I was a really big fan of his first WWE run, at least for the first 2 or 3 years. Especially when he first came in.
Since we're talking about Alberto El Patron, who is in Global Force Wrestling as of this moment, Scott Steiner rips Triple H and Stephanie McMahon, not holding his tongue. Never really has held his tongue recently. Like, he's always been outspoken. But do you think that could be disappointing to WWE fans, hoping that he would return to the WWE for at least one more run, or do you think that he'll never be welcomed in the WWE again?
I think he could be welcomed in the WWE again, but I don't think he would want to be welcomed in the WWE again. I think if he tried that they would welcome him. Because they still mention him on WWE, they still mention him on their website, from their YouTube channel. So I don't think that would be a problem. I just don't think he would want to be welcomed back because I've heard a lot of stuff he said. He can't stand, he hates Triple H and stuff, and I don't think he would want to come back. But you never know. Goldberg came back, Ultimate Warrior came back, and Bret Hart came back after going out on bad terms. But I don't know.
Speaking of bad terms, recently in a backstage interview with the Hardy Boys, Jeff Hardy referenced CM Punk's name, and it's getting incredible attention. Like, Jeff Hardy has been getting questions asking if he knows about CM Punk possibly returning. CM Punk, of course, has shot down any rumors that have come his way about him possibly returning to WWE. Although CM Punk has not ruled out that he will return to pro wrestling. He just says he'll never go back to WWE. Do you think he'll return to pro wrestling?
I think he will get back to WWE, but I don't think it'll be in a wrestling capacity. I think when he's old and gray, he'll go back and he'll accept his Hall of Fame induction. I believe he said one time, I don't remember exactly where I heard this from, but I remember hearing that once Vince McMahon is out of power, that he would consider making a comeback. I don't know if that's true. I remember hearing it before though. But he hates him.
CM Punk obviously did not have the debut he wanted in the UFC, being defeated in 2 minutes and 14 seconds.
Yeah, he'll never fight in UFC again. He's done.
Now let's just be clear on this. Not a lot of people can fight in the UFC, and the fact that he went 2 minutes and 14 seconds with a UFC fighter, a trained UFC fighter.
Yeah, and even Conor McGregor, everybody knows how big an asshole Conor McGregor is to WWE people, and even he showed CM Punk respect for doing what he offered now. Which, at least he had the guts, because I'm pretty sure half of that roster would not have the guts to go to UFC and actually risk humiliating themselves in front of a whole lot of audience and a whole lot of crowd and stuff. But he had the guts to do it, especially his ass kicking from his wife. That was really hard for him. I almost felt bad for him because he started crying in that post-match interview or whatever because he got his ass beat from his wife. But I don't know. And people say he deserved it because he's known to be an asshole, but I don't think he deserved his ass kicked from his wife.
Well, here's the thing. CM Punk knew he was outmatched. First of all, and I'm going to road dress on a CM Punk, but that's how he was called. He's been known as more like a CM Punk. Yeah, I know his name is Bill Brooks, but his name is CM Punk. That's how we know him. And that's why he's not running from it. And quite frankly, I respect that because he created it. Take notes from the first wrestling. It's the broken gimmick.
You know, it's sad to think that CM Punk, at least in my opinion, was one of the greatest personalities in wrestling of all time. It's sad to think that he had to be released, and all he wanted was something really simple. He just wanted to be in the main event of WrestleMania. The Miz got to be in the main event of WrestleMania. Daniel Bryan got to be in the main event. Batista and all them. And it's sad to think that CM Punk never got his WrestleMania. He really is.
By far, favorite CM Punk moment. You're going to be surprised when you hear this, but I loved the Straight Edge Society. I thought that was almost definitely entertaining.
Yeah, I remember when I first started watching WWE back in 2009. CM Punk was just starting to be that Straight Edge Society. I remember back then I hated it, obviously, because I was like only 7 or 8 years old, but looking back on it, dude, that was great. I loved it. It was awesome. Like they said the most offensive stuff, like to the crowd, and he got so much heat. That's one thing he was really good. He was good at getting heat. Even after he got over from doing the pop bomb in 2011 and he became a heel in 2012, people hated him because he's really good at getting heat. That's what I like about that.
No doubt, CM Punk, one of the most controversial figures in pro wrestling. Anyway,
yeah, definitely.
Obviously, more of a hit in Ring of Honor. Like he loves Ring of Honor. He misses himself. He misses the guys in Ring of Honor. But anyway, switching to another controversial figure in the pro wrestling world, Roman Reigns.
What was he?
Yeah, duh. But so there's this new rumor coming out that it's going to be him and John Cena.
It won't be a SummerSlam. It's not going to be.
I'm shooting this down, and I'm only saying it's not going to happen because I think John Cena is facing Jinder Mahal at SummerSlam.
John Cena and Roman Reigns, that's more of a WrestleMania match because they're like two of the. Roman Reigns is obviously the biggest star today. He's the John Cena of today, whether people admit it or not, he is. John Cena is obviously, whether people admit it or not, he's one of the greatest of all time. And that's definitely more of a WrestleMania match than it would be a SummerSlam. I think Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns for SummerSlam is the way to go, honestly. And I have a lot of unpopular opinions, and one of them is that I like Roman Reigns, but I know a lot of people can't stand him. But I don't have a problem with him. I did used to hate him, but around when he started feuding with The Undertaker, I started actually respecting him. I don't know why I'm so good. What really pisses me off is how people say Roman Reigns can't wrestle. That really pisses me off, dude. What? I don't know. He can wrestle, whether people know it or not.
His attitude has improved when he gets hate. Like when he has said it himself in 2015 when he was in the league, he didn't really know what to say. But now when he does it, it's like
he's making a statement here with this attack.
A response. As long as it generates the response, he doesn't care if it's cheers or boos. They paid their hard-earned money to watch the show, which gives them the right to cheer or boo.
It's looking like this year's SummerSlam is going to be really, really stacked. I mean, Kurt Angle is highly rumored. He even said today in a podcast, not in a podcast, in a 2K18 press conference, he said that he's ready to go back in the ring and he's in really good shape, and he's just waiting on the call. So I definitely think he'll be in the ring by SummerSlam, and Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar will probably get out too, like we was just discussing. It's looking like we're gonna get a really good SummerSlam this year.
I gotta talk about obviously. The name,
which I'll be reviewing.
I do not agree with. However, I do like the theme song.
Honestly, I don't see how they come up with these names. Like, they went through like a legal issue or something like that with Jerry Lee Lewis on using the name Great Balls of Fire. Why don't they just, like, if they had to go through all that, they had, so Jerry, like, told them that they had, I think it's something like they had to use his song for the pay-per-view or something like that. But why even go through all that? Why not just bring back a cool pay-per-view like Great American Bash or King of the Ring, Cyber Sunday, something like that, Vengeance. That would have been really cool. But I like new pay-per-views, but that was just a really stupid name. I mean, that's just. And I heard today that there's a huge future for the pay-per-view. Jerry Lewis's son or grandson said something like WWE is wanting to do more of them in the upcoming years, which I hope is not true. I mean, we haven't even seen if it's going to be a good pay-per-view yet, which I'm sure it will be, but that's just a stupid name. I mean, Great Balls of Fire. Unless they're going to have like an Inferno match or something, that name makes no sense.
People are first. Alright, so like I'm gonna switch to the match style real quick. So first we got, I'm gonna start off big with Samoa Joe and Brock Lesnar. Who you got?
Brock Lesnar. I think honestly people actually think it's gonna be a competitive match, and I know a lot of people's not gonna agree with this. I honestly think Brock Lesnar's just gonna go in there and kill him. That's just my prediction. I think it's gonna be like one-sided the whole match, but honestly, I like Brock Lesnar.
I like Samoa Joe.
I like both of them.
I'm going with Brock Lesnar only because it seems like the common trend here is going to be Samoa Joe just going to keep beating the crap out of him from behind to the point where Brock Lesnar is so enraged.
This has just been pandemonium. No kidding. What a matchup. This has been a
what gets me, it makes more sense for Brock Lesnar to win. All the smarts are saying stuff like Samoa Joe, they're saying like Samoa Joe needs to win here. What other people ain't doing, like Samoa Joe, he's good and all, but he's not established in WWE yet. He's only been in WWE since February. He's not established. It's not his time to win the title yet. But it would make more sense storyline-wise if Brock Lesnar kept the title and done something big with it at SummerSlam. I don't think that Samoa Joe's going to win the belt. I don't think he needs to, at least until WrestleMania 34 season, somewhere around there. That's just what I think, honestly. I don't think it makes sense right now for Samoa Joe to win. I don't think they should have done the match right now anyway. They could have done something else. I would have liked to see Brock Lesnar and Seth Rollins.
Next on the card, we got Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman ambulance match. Who do you got?
That's honestly probably the match I'm most excited for, honestly. I got Braun Strowman. I think he's going to... Because Roman Reigns doesn't have to be pinned to lose the match, so... I think Braun Strowman's going to throw him in the ambulance and win. I don't think they're going to bring back Strowman and just have him make the lead by losing the reins. And this will be their rubber match, I believe. They had a match at Fastlane, which Roman won. Payback, which Braun won. And yeah, this will be their rubber match. And it'll be the tiebreak, and I think Braun Strowman will win.
By the way, welcome back, Braun Strowman.
Had we not missed him, seriously.
Yeah, I've missed him, but I'm going to go with Roman Reigns in the ambulance match simply just because he's on fire. He's defeated Undertaker. He's defeated Braun Strowman. And Braun Strowman did beat him, yes, but at the same time he did injure Braun Strowman, not intentionally. The kayfabe did not really kick in, but I'm going with Roman Reigns. And the next match that is inevitable to happen is Alexa Bliss versus Sasha Banks.
They should have saved that for SummerSlam. They should have had something, a throwaway match like Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax or something. They should have saved Sasha and Alexa for SummerSlam. That would have been a bigger stage. And those are obviously the two best women on Raw, at least in my opinion.
I'm going to go with Sasha Banks just because it feels like her singles run has gone dull because she's bounced from the mid-card to a little bit of the main card, but then back down to the mid-card, even though I did find her partnership with Rich Swann entertaining.
Well, what I think is going to happen, I think it's going to be some sort of screwy finish. Something, I don't know exactly how, but I just don't see Sasha losing clean. I don't see Alexa beating Sasha clean. I don't see Sasha winning the belt. So
I see Bayley turning heel on Sasha Banks.
No, I don't. No, I don't see that happen. I think it'll, if anything, it'll be Sasha turning heel on Bailey. It would make more sense because Bailey's like John Cena. I'm not saying she's like on the same level as John, but her character's similar. If she goes, whether people want to admit it or not, Cena should never go heel. If she goes heel, it's just one of those things that she'll never be able to recover from and go back to a baby face, just because of how much she impacts kids like John Cena does.
So
That's
I've been talking to you lately about this tag team on SmackDown Live, who I believe is incredibly underrated. The Ascension. It looks like WWE's finally ready to like give them some camera time, because I truly believe if there's a camera on them, they can be entertaining. I really do. But
well.
my problem is that they use them for
What
a
I'm
comedy gag.
Okay, what I'm really pissed off about, they need to give the Ascension the belts, honestly. What I'm really pissed off about, I know the inevitables, whatever, I can't even say the word, is going to happen. At SummerSlam, the New Day are going to win the belt, which the New Day does not need the tag team belts. It makes no sense, and you know the New Day are going to win the belts. And they shouldn't even get their rematch, honestly. But, I mean, I'm a New Day fan, but they don't need the belts. They shouldn't even get a rematch for Money in the Bank because they
Where are
lost.
these New Day pops at?
I have no idea, and I just dropped my headset. Okay. Can you hear me? Can you hear me good?
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay.
Okay. What about the New Day Pops?
Where are they at? Freaking, I'm hungry for some New Day pops.
I
The Bootios
know,
are getting old.
dude. That was such a big thing back around Fastlane WrestleMania time, and now they don't even talk about them. Seriously, that never even happened.
By the
Which
way,
that
I give the Oscars to the New Day for making us believe like they were gonna be the final team in that ladder match at WrestleMania, but then
I want to throw in a random WWE comment real quick. This won't take long. Triple H, I heard it where he said talked about how hard it is to write a 3 hour Raw, and obviously they have to include a lot of filler for that for the 3 hour Raw. But if they would actually do like what they used to back in the day and follow up on certain things, they wouldn't have to include so much filler. Like how every week they just have the Hardy Boys come out there for one segment and then you don't see them again for a whole week. They need to have them in like they need to have certain like the bigger superstars in multiple segments every week instead of just having them in one and done segments and then just waiting till the next week. Like like when Big Cass turned heel on Enzo, I liked how they showed him backstage like later in the night. That's what they should start doing with like all the big storylines. And they wouldn't have to include all that filler into Raw. That's at least what I think. Like whenever Samoa Joe choked out Brock Lesnar, and Brock Lesnar didn't do anything like after that, like later in the night. Do you honestly think if somebody came out there and choked out Stone Cold Steve Austin, he would wait till the next week to get his revenge? No, he would go out there later that night and he would kick their ass.
Um,
Makes no sense.
all right, I'm gonna shift from WWE back over to Global Force Wrestling, or TNA as we know
Yeah.
it today. Um,
Slim.
this is not really news. I mean, everybody's known this for a couple months now, but Hornswoggle is now in Global Force Wrestling, and apparently his feud with Rockstar Spud, who I love, by the way, is pretty entertaining. Apparently, like I've seen glimpses of it, and
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? Why don't I get cable so I can watch this shit?
Honestly, it's sad. I can't even watch TNA, dude. I don't. They're on some network that I don't even have on my TV. It's some like nobody network
Pop.
that nobody knows about. Yeah, it's on Pop, but like nobody knows about that network. And I stopped watching TNA around 2014 whenever they moved off of Spot. That's when I stopped watching it. Because after that, it just got, in my opinion, horrible. The only good thing that's happened since then is the Hardy Boys broken personas, but TNA, with as much momentum as they had back around 7 or 8 years ago, they could definitely go back to that if they just tried. Which, if they really wanted to do something cool, they could. They should take like all these former WWE guys, have them come out there, form some sort of stable, and have them call out WWE on all their BS, like Damian Sandow and people like that. Like that would really get some eyes on TNA's product, which they
The
don't think to do stuff like.
the problem that I have with Global Force Wrestling, or TNA, is that it seems like they have this common trend where like they go, okay, yeah, we'll let them go because we know that they'll be a success. But recently, when the Hardy Boys left, they thought, okay, DK could hold up. No, Decay freaking fell off the radar like that. The only one that's really been successful since the Decay days is Rosemary, which, by the way,
Rosemary will definitely go to WWE soon. So
I
I'm
think she'll
going to
be
predict with them next year.
I think
They signed.
Rosemary will honestly go down as one of the best female wrestlers of all time.
Why did they sign Crazy Steve? I haven't heard the story. It's in like a month, but they signed Crazy Steve to NXT, but they don't sign Rosemary. It makes no sense.
Rosemary's the freaking women's champion, duh.
Yeah, I'm honestly really surprised that Abyss from Decay has never went to WWE. I know back around WrestleMania 23, he was offered a WWE contract to go wrestle at WrestleMania against The Undertaker. Everybody knows about that story, which I don't know if you know about it, but yeah, he was offered a contract, but he turned it down because he wanted to stay with TNA because they were starting to really grow at the time. But obviously, that things have changed since then. But Slammiversary is looking to be a pretty cool show, honestly, and I don't even really pay attention too much to TNA.
This is technically not a wrestling thing, but this person watches WWE live. You might know who I'm talking about. Luigi PS3. This is a fangirl of WWE.
Yeah. I don't see how she doesn't get copyrighted, honestly.
No, which I love her to death, by the way. She's amazing.
Yeah.
But obviously I'm just being nice. I'm not friggin' saying like I'm in love with her, but
that's exactly what you said. Okay.
This is a WWE fan that we need to be in the WWE universe. A person who just enjoys WWE or wrestling in general. She don't care about the stupidness. She don't care about the freaking critics.
We need
WWE.
people. We need people like that because the fans nowadays, the crowds, they're just unbearable, dude. Like WWE stopped hosting their shows in like the smaller arenas, but I always liked that better because the atmosphere was always so much better. It was full of like better wrestling fans and people who actually really liked the product. Now it's just filled with these people that just want to go to the shows just for a new experience, and they don't know anything about the product, which I don't like. I think that's kind of dumb, but
no, but here's what I admire about Luge. I'm just gonna call her Luge because that's what her fans call her, me included. She don't let the freaking downs stop her from watching. She always watches. This is a WWE fan that we need in the WWE universe.
Even through the awful stuff, she like reacts good. Personally, I don't think this is awful, but I'm pretty sure 99% of the universe thought that the Roman Reigns number 30 entrant was awful. I remember watching her reaction to that, and she even acted excited about it. Like, there's no way that she was excited about that. But personally, I didn't mind it though.
Since we're on Roman Reigns, I want to go back to WrestleMania 32. People believe that WWE threw in some canned cheers for Roman Reigns.
They did.
Do you believe it? And if so, how do you mean?
Well, there's two things about WrestleMania 32. You either like it or you hate it. I honestly thought it was a good WrestleMania. A lot of people hate it just because Roman Reigns is in the main event. I thought it was a great show. Like there was nothing bad. The only thing that was bad was the League of Nations versus the New Day. But I thought it was a damn good WrestleMania. I thought it was honestly better than 31 altogether, and I really liked 31. But it was a very good WrestleMania, and they had 100,000 fans there, and 99.9% of the WWE universe, as they like to call it, hates Roman Reigns. You would have thought the boos would have been a lot louder. Either they respected him after that match, or they popped in cheers. Which personally, I think they popped in cheers. That's what I think.
By the way, just a quick little thing. If you guys want to join the chat or the conversation, please start commenting, and I'll start putting the comments up on the screen. Anyway, continuing on. Here's what I don't understand about the WWE universe. We don't really understand how hard it is to make a WWE show. We really don't, and we act like we do. It's just like, for instance, like we think we know what makes a wrestling show. We have no idea. We don't know what goes on behind that curtain. We have no idea.
Well, I think a big problem nowadays is back then, and actually, I don't know if you know who Vince Russo is, but He used to be the head writer for WWE Creative. It was just him, maybe like one other person making the creative decisions back then. Just him. Nowadays, I hear that they have. Nowadays, I hear that they have over 100 writers backstage. Like, there is no way you can have 100 people backstage and they all agree on the same thing. There's just no way. I think that's a big problem. And another problem is that they hire writers from Hollywood to write for the shows. They don't know about the product. They need to hire like people who actually are familiar with the product. That's one thing I hate about what they do with the creative team.
Here's what I don't understand about pro wrestling in general. Why does everything have to be okay, let's try to predict what's gonna happen? Why can't we just all just be surprised?
It's because of the internet, dude.
Yeah, I know. The internet is destroying pro wrestling. Nobody is destroying pro wrestling. The internet is destroying pro wrestling. Not Finn Balor, not Roman Reigns. No, it's not. It's not.
Needs.
And Motionless. I'm just saying. I'm not saying Finn Balor because you don't think too highly of Finn Balor. There's other people that believe that Finn Balor is ruining WWE as well.
I think he's good in the ring, obviously, but I just think he's lacking character. That's just my opinion, but we could save that for another argument. But I think that the WWE needs to stop honestly listening to the internet, what they want, because the internet are the type of people that will hijack the shows if they don't get what they want. WWE was always better when they listen to the casuals, because the casuals know whenever the casuals are the majority of the audience, so that's who they need to cater to instead of such a small minority, because the internet's going to watch wrestling no matter what, no matter how bad it is, no matter how much they don't get what they want. They're always going to watch. So I don't understand why they cater to I don't understand why they do it to like the minority of the audience, which is the internet. Because most of their viewers are casuals who just watch in and out every once in a while.
Here's the this is what I have been hearing. Now this could possibly not be true, but it's rumored that Kenny Omega, which by the way is a huge star in the independent scene, New Japan Pro Wrestling star, Ring of Honor star, everywhere he's gone, he's been a star. Now I've heard this. I've heard that he has signed to WWE, but WWE have not pulled the trigger on putting him on the main roster yet, for the simple reason that they haven't found anybody for him to feud with. Personally, for me,
I don't think that's true because he has a match coming up with Okada, the third encounter. That's what I heard. Supposed to be some sort of tournament.
You can be on the independent scene and work with a company.
I mean, yeah, look at the Hardy Boys. They held 3 titles from 3 different companies within a span of 30 days. They held the TNA, the Ring of Honor, and the WWE Raw Tag titles in a span of 30 days. That's the only time that's ever been done. That was crazy. Like, I don't think that will ever be duplicated, something like that.
Switching gears now over to the certified G's, and you can't teach that. Enzo and Big Cass. So it was revealed Big Cass attacked Enzo, which, by the way, him laying down and purposely like looking like he was attacked, that doesn't necessarily say he attacked Enzo. That's probably like him trying to frame the Big Show or something. But anyway, that's my opinion on that. I'm just saying, like, that's just a little FYI. But I'm honestly looking forward to their feud. Because these are 2 guys that know how to talk on the mic.
Because
it would just be funny to watch. I'm just saying.
Notice how most of the feuds that we always look forward to are feuds that have storylines involved in them. That's what all feuds need to be like. They can't just be fighting for no reason. Like Enzo and Cass, they have a storyline. They were best friends and they broke up, and now people want to see them go at it, and they want to be emotionally invested. That's how all feuds should be.
Yeah, look at these popular feuds where their best friends betrayed them. John Morrison and The Miz, entertaining. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, entertaining. So let's just see where this goes. The Hardy Boys, entertaining. It always seems to be it's always when a tag team breaks up that those 2 competitors actually get to show like how big they can be as single stars. Like when Matt Hardy defeated Jeff Hardy at WrestleMania 25. Sure, not a lot of people liked it, but Matt Hardy proved I'm just as good, if not better, than Jeff Hardy. So maybe this could be
Well,
Enzo's chance this
it's
to
sad to
show.
think. It's sad to think that Enzo has no future because they're never going to push somebody like that.
I
mean,
think he could be a
and
really good
he's really,
success in 205
yeah, he
Live.
could. He could be. No, honestly, okay. I know a lot of people's going to laugh at this, but honest to God, I think he could be a really good underdog world champ. If like because he's got everything. He's got the ring skills. He's got the mock skills.
I think if
he's
he
got
were to turn heel, and feud with Gentleman Jack Gallagher, that would be an entertaining feud because this is a guy that talks nothing but shit.
Yeah.
And Gentleman Jack Gallagher, who I freaking also, I don't know how the fuck this guy does what he does and is successful, but I enjoy Gentleman Jack Gallagher. But plus because I think he's funny. I thought we could have a couple of biscuits over this fine evening. But now let's pound my face in. But
yeah.
I think that would be entertaining actually. Enzo Amore as a heel, talking all his shit, versus Gentleman Jack Gallagher. It's like two different personalities colliding. Same with Jeff Hardy's drug lifestyle versus CM Punk's straight edge lifestyle.
That was a good feud.
Oh yeah.
Total opposites. I love that feud, dude.
Which
Their
makes me
match at
wonder.
SummerSlam was awesome.
I wonder why Jeff Hardy has been given so much praise to CM Punk, seeing as how he made a drunken or high or maybe both video about him on YouTube, saying how he made him a mother superstar. I mean, I know that
I
was
wonder
years
what's
ago,
gonna.
but that haunts me.
I know you brought up the Hardy Boys. I wonder what's gonna go down at Great Balls of Fire with them and the tag champs.
Well, I don't think
Do you
that
think it's
Sheamus and
leading?
Cesaro are entertaining as tag champs. I really don't, to be honest with you.
Honestly, me neither. But they. I heard that Sheamus. Well, obviously it's true. He's going to make a movie, so I heard that they might be taking the titles off of him for that reason. And give him back to the Hardys. But why would they even take him off the Hardys in the first place if they knew he was going to make a movie? Seriously.
To be honest with
I
you,
hope the Hardy Boys are stale right now. They need to split up. I'm sorry, but they
speaking
do.
of tag teams, I think a tag team that should not have broken up was the Lucha Dragons. When they came to the main roster,
They're
they
both
showed
directionless.
how freaking much entertaining they are. Like when freaking Kalisto did that backflip
Yeah,
off
I knew you was going to say
Cesaro's
that. Yeah.
freaking torso, I was like, oh my god. Freaking Kalisto is entertaining
Yeah.
to watch.
And then whenever Kalisto climbed the Elimination Chamber, the inside of it, I remember that in that tag team Elimination Chamber. They could be a really good tag team if they were booked correctly. They're both directionless right now on each brand, so I don't understand why they don't just put them back together as a tag team.
And the club, what's going on with the club?
They need to be moved to SmackDown and put with AJ Styles. I'm sorry, but they do.
Or
I think
Finn
what needs to
Balor could
happen.
turn heel and join them.
I think that this would be way better for business, and it would freshen up a lot of stuff. They need to trade the club for American Alpha on SmackDown. American Alpha could feud with the Revival. They could feud with the Hardy Boys, stuff like that. And they would be over there with Kurt Angle. That would be kind of cool to see. And then the club would be over there with AJ Styles on SmackDown. So then that would give us two things to look forward to on each show.
So we got three more topics to cover here. We got the Bray Wyatt JoJo controversy. We got the Bayley romantic storyline update. And the last topic is Dave Meltzer, the guy that often shoots on WWE's decisions. Most of these will be about WWE, by the way, because obviously
Not going to cover Money in the Bank's winners.
Well, we don't need to talk about that. We just need to pretend that didn't happen. But first, let's go ahead and address this stupid Bayley romantic storyline rumor. I mean, come on, freaking, are they trying to freaking make her look desperate as fuck?
Well, at least it's honestly the way I look at it, it's probably going to be a horrible storyline, but at least it's something. It's better than what she's going to be doing. At least
Well, people
that's
didn't
the
like
way I
the
look
"This
at it.
Is Your Life" storyline.
I honestly think people like with the LeVar Ball segment on Raw. People honestly think they trash segments like that just because celebrities are involved. Because honestly, this is a very unpopular opinion, but I honestly thought that segment on Raw was entertaining. That's just my opinion.
Well,
But
I thought it was funny when he kept saying, "Beat that nigga ass, beat that nigga ass."
the, dude, it was a good. I thought it was a good segment. The only reason people basically trash anything that has anything to do with celebrities involved in WWE, no matter how good it is.
Here's
The
the
only
thing:
one that I've
they
never
have
heard
they
somebody
have a
trash was
problem with LeVar Ball saying that word,
Floyd
but when a
Mitchell.
rapper is saying that, they don't have no fucking problem. It's just
Who
lyrics.
who
What the fuck?
cares? He's black anyways. Let him say it.
Okay, that's racist, dude.
I know. I'm just saying, like, it's obviously racist towards. Obviously, they're trying. Like, whenever they issued their apology, they said racial slurs in the apology statement. Obviously, he's not going to be racist against his own race. So
Um,
honestly, he has the right to say it.
another thing, now this has just been aching at me, and that's the shit. Dave Meltzer, the guy that constantly shoots on WWE. Oh my God.
I don't know what to make of him.
I have not wanted to punch a guy in the fucking gonads in all my life. This guy shoots down everything that WWE does.
Yeah, that's true. He's never positive of anything. I I heard a story where Vince Russo said back in the Attitude Era when he was writing for Raw, back during the first Mick Foley and Rock "This Is Your Life" segment, he said that he remembers Dave Meltzer reporting back in 1999 that that was the worst thing he's ever seen, and he's gonna quit watching wrestling. And that out there went down as like one of the most iconic moments in WWE history, and it went down as the highest rated Raw segment of all time. That "This Is Your Life" with Mick Foley and The Rock, and he's trashed that. So you know, if he trashes something like that, he's gonna trash anything.
I
He's
just
been
don't
reporting
understand.
for years.
I just don't understand why Dave Meltzer has to shoot down everything that WWE does. If you think you're so hot, why don't you do it?
He,
You clearly
I,
has
I,
the
be-
he has the connection with WWE. He could do it if
I
he wanted
believe he
to.
said, I believe he said that Omega and Okada was better than AJ Styles and Cena at the Royal Rumble. But honestly, I disagree. I think AJ Styles and Cena was way better because it had the storyline, it had the established characters, and it was on a bigger stage, and they fought for something bigger than what they fought for.
I can't
So
remember
I
the other
think
topic.
so I think Cena and Styles was better than Omega and Okada. We was talking about Dave Meltzer.
Yeah, Dave Meltzer, Bailey's stupid storyline, and the other one. What was the other one?
I don't even remember. This is a life. I don't remember.
Mm-mm.
But Dave Meltzer, you're right about that. He trashes everything.
No, he's just a jerk to everybody.
He really hates Brock Lesnar. I know, and Roman Reigns. I know that.
Well, I can't remember the third topic. Huh.
It was Bray Wyatt and JoJo.
Oh yeah,
That
Bray
was one
Wyatt and
of
JoJo shows how important it really is. But
them.
thoughts
It's
about that?
not. Um.
Obviously, you know where my thought process is. I didn't even remember.
Hey, he's got good taste. That's
Yeah,
all I
he
could
does.
say.
JoJo is a very, very
I
attractive
mean,
looking woman, but
you
his
can't
wife's
say the
hotter.
same. You can't say the same for her though. That she's got good taste.
Well, I feel
I
bad
don't
for
understand.
Samantha Rotunda, which is Mike Rotunda or Bray Wyatt's wife.
Do you think Bray Wyatt's career should be slowed down over that? Like, what's your opinion? You're echoing. Like, what?
I don't think that Bray Wyatt's career should be
Well,
affected.
his career was already slowed down enough. So, I'm not even a big Bray Wyatt fan. Even I know that he should be booked way better. Like, even I know that he should win a lot more matches than he does.
My problem with
But
WWE, it with WWE handling this situation is now they're probably gonna move JoJo over to SmackDown, which
yeah,
I don't understand why. Just why? I don't understand that, because the guy.
When they moved Page and Del Rio to separate shows, knowing that they toured different places and stuff like that, and they have different schedules. Why would they do that knowing that they're in a real relationship? And just like they did with Carmelo and Big Cass, they split them up.
The thing that I don't really get is that Bray Wyatt, this is a talented guy, and he has to wrap himself up with this stupid shit. I just don't get it.
Yeah. It's only going to bring more heat on Bray Wyatt. Vincent, man, you can clearly tell he doesn't like Bray Wyatt. It's only going to bring more heat on the Bray Wyatt, and it's going to slow his push down even further. I know, right? It's like it can't be slowed down any further than all he has been, but it's looking like it's going to be.
Another thing that I don't get about the WWE is that they constantly are trying to break up couples. Big Cass and Carmella. Dean Ambrose.
They're such a great couple. What assholes would want to break up a couple like that? They're clear like. They're just fucking assholes. I'm sorry, but they are. That you could. They really wanted to break up Lana and Rusev. I heard about that, and they wanted to break up Del Rio and Page, which I guess they successfully done that.
I wouldn't have a problem with how they treated their talent. But freaking split up just because they're a couple? Like, are you kidding?
They treat everybody horribly. They treat Mauro Ranallo horribly. They treat Daniel Bryan horribly by not clearing him to compete, even though every doctor in the world cleared him.
Man, this is going to be awesome. We have Dean
Ambrose
and
Daniel Bryan, hopefully,
the toughest competitors the WWE has to offer.
Yeah,
this is the one the entire universe is talking about.
Yeah. He shouldn't come back to the ring because he's got too much to lose now.
Let's see what he's got. And in the battle, anything can happen. And you know what? It usually does. Let's do this.
That's gonna wrap it up
for Kevin Owens steps in.
This video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys disagree or agree with how we do things, please be sure to comment.
This should have been over a while ago. Come on, Raj. This should be over.
Go check out MotionlessNC. He reviews WWE's
Normally he's standing in the same corner as his teammate, but tonight he finds himself standing across from him. How do you navigate a matchup like this? As the action continues, let's discuss Dean Ambrose briefly.
Please be sure to hit that subscribe button.
Usually these two are standing in the corner together, not on the opposite sides of the ring, ready to
If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you dislike this video, give it a thumbs up.
Brothers fight, sisters fight, teammates fight. That's just the way it is. In the end,
yeah, so if you don't like the video, give it a thumbs up.
Well, there's no
Alright, well, I will see you guys in the next video, and don't forget, guys.
And maybe even more to not exit this.